From the ice to the mat, the high school winter sports season is winding down, which means the IHSA State Finals is right around the corner. And this includes in wrestling, where dozens of local high school wrestlers took to the mat for a spot at next week's Individual State Finals in Champaign. We head to Byron High School, which was the site of the Class 1A sectional. Several wrestlers will head to next week's Individual State Finals in Champaign. Starting at 132 pounds, Lewin Stockton's Arison Bauer falls in the third place match, but his efforts this weekend earn him a trip to state. He's one of 4 from that school, in that team. At 106 pounds, Dakota's Brandon White wrestling for third. He would also fall in this one, but he is one of 3 wrestlers from Dakota that's going to head to state. At 133 pounds, Oregon's Nelson Banesh wins this third place bout via takedown. There we go. And he earns a trip to state along with 2 other Oregon Hawks. North Boone, Byron Galena, and Genoa Kingston will also all have at least 1 wrestler who qualified for state. Here's some of the other schools who will be sending at least 1 wrestler to, or more than 1 wrestler, I should say, next weekend. Hononegah sending 8, the E-Rabs are sending 5, and Rochelle is sending 4. As for girls individuals, Freeport, Boylan, Hononegah, and Rochelle will all have at least 1 wrestler going to state. That's going to be at Grossinger Motors Arena in Bloomington in 2 weeks.